welcome into this place again. I hope you've been coming back, and I hope you come by for a visit just pretty often, because you never know what's going to be going on. But today I'll tell you what I'm going to make. Today I'm going to make PayDay candy bars, and I'll tell you why. Because y'all know I have that husband that I've been married to for 40-some years. Well, he was looking through some stuff the other day, and he saw these PayDay candy bars. And he said, why don't you make these PayDay candy bars? And I thought, well, let's see. Let me see what I can find. So I did find a recipe. And so we're going to make PayDay candy bars. And when I read the recipe, and I made them once before. This is only the second time. But I think I can do it again. The first one, boy, them grandkids come by after I had them made. They pigged out on candy bars. But we're going to start by melting 3 tablespoons of butter in this skillet. I'm using this skillet because it's just going to work pretty good for me. We're going to put a can of sweetened condensed milk. Y'all know what that is. That's some good stuff. We're going to stir and cook that for about 5 minutes. We're gonna add some peanut butter chips. The recipe called for a 12-ounce bag. Well, you know what? This bag has gotten smaller because it's 10 ounce. And just because I want to do it right, I'm going to add just a few more out of this other bag to make it closer to 12 ounce. Since the what do you call that when the inflation hits things and they make packages smaller? Well, I guess they did that on peanut butter chips. So I'm going to add just a few extras. Move some of this stuff out of my way. Now we're gonna melt those chips, and we're gonna cook that for just a little bit. This recipe I found, the one he saw was on the where he was scrolling Facebook. But I went and I found one on the All Recipes, and so I'm using one that I got off of All Recipes. And while that's cooking just a little bit, lid, we're going to get our pan ready. Now I've got this silicone pan that I've had for a long time. You can see what size it is, and I don't really use it to bake cakes in. I've made soap in it, did all kinds of stuff in it. But it's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to spray it real good with this spray Pam, because I don't want them to stick. So I'm going to spray it just pretty heavy, okay? Let me stir this. Get it all mixed up. Those peanut butter chips are melting. Mixing all in with the sweetened condensed milk and the butter. Now, but we're going to take a jar of dry roasted peanuts. They could be, this is salty, but it wouldn't have to be, you know, honey roasted. Any kind would be good. And we're going to put about half of this jar in the bottom. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to pour some, spread, make sure they're pretty even. That's about half of them. So I'm going to set that over there because we're going to put them on the top in a minute. This is kind of cooking. So we're going to add 3 cups of miniature marshmallows. I'm going to measure. Don't really know how much is in the package, so we'll just measure them. There's a cup. My husband loves me because I do good, nice stuff for him. I really do. And he does lots for me. So he's requested these because I need to be on a diet. Because I have a high school reunion coming up. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but I've put on a few pounds everywhere. But, oh well, it is what it is. Now, I've got, this is a non-stick skillet, so it's stirring pretty good. Now be careful not to stir it out on the countertop. Let the marshmallows melt now. I have candy and I didn't have to turn on the oven. This is summertime. I'm just going to stir and melt it. Let me move a little bit of stuff out of the way. Left my sewing machine for a little bit so I could cook this morning. I cook, bake, make something good, make something sweet and delicious. It describes it here. PayDay bars, sinfully delicious bars that taste just like a PayDay candy bar. The salty mixed with the sweet is heavenly. No baking in oven needed. And it says it takes 10 minutes to make. I don't know if it's going to take me that long. But we will have to cool it before we can try it. Come on, melt marshmallows. They're melting. I'm just folding it over, mixing it all together. You can see me. I think you can. You might have a better pot to make this in. But for demonstration purposes and being on the countertop and not on my stove, I'm just doing it this way. But it works. Almost. Kind of fold it over so they... I just like using the non-stick skillet because I know when I scrape it out of here with this spatula, I'll be able to get every bite of it. Kind of like when you make Rice Krispie treats and you can't get them out of the pot sometimes. Alright, it's all mixed. So, all we're going to do... Let's move that over out of the way. Got our little pan of peanuts here. And we're going to spread that over it. See, I got it all out there since I used this non-stick skillet. I'm going to turn that. I'm going to make sure it gets all the way to the corners. All the way to the edge. A bit more in that one. Now what we're going to do is we take the other half of this jar of peanuts, spread it over the top. Oops, peanuts are flying. Now, I've got to let it cool because it's really soft right now. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Can you see? It looks this flimsy pan, but that's what it looks like now. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it cool, and I'll tell you when I come back, and it's hard, we'll cut them into candy bar sizes. Alright, I'll be back in a few hours. Well, it's been a few hours since we put our PayDays in the refrigerator. There they are. It's cooled off, and now it's not so floppy. So I think Terry's wanting to bite. He's got to try them, because like I told you guys, I was on a diet, so I can't eat as many of them. Do you believe that I won't eat any? I don't know. What I'm going to do now is dump them out on a piece of parchment paper here so I can cut them. My parchment paper keeps rolling up on me. So, alright, they're out of there. They come out of that silicone pan. There's a peanut. Oh, you get peanut. There's some more peanuts that's not stuck. Now, just got me a big knife, and I'm going to cut them into candy bar size. I don't know how big to make them. I left them pretty big the other day, and the grandkids were eating big candy bars. There's our PayDay candy bar. Terry, will you come try one for me? Terry's got to try them. Here he comes. My guest appearance by my husband. Now, I actually have one. Wait, you can't stoop down so they can see you.
Looks like a PayDay.
It does look like a PayDay. Oh. Scoot down so they can see you.
Tastes like a PayDay.
He's been out working, so he's a little on the dirty side, but this is real life. He says it looks like a PayDay and tastes like a PayDay.
I think it'll work.
You think it'll work? Alright, I am going to cut these, and I'm going to get some saran wrap paper, and I'm going to wrap them up. That's what I'm going to do with them. Wrap them up and put them away so I won't eat them all. Well, my husband made an appearance on the camera, and he's 6'4", so you couldn't see him, but he was here. Bye, y'all.